Hello everyone and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Today I am here to talk about the EV car market crash of 2024 is here and why are all of these Teslas parked in a retail parking lot. Let's get into it. All right, as you can see, I'm back on the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum with another beautiful Z07, Z06 plus 25,000 just for buying my tickets with my link in the description and the pinned comment. Right now you're getting 20% more for your money, and here is how you do it. You click here, it already has the Brink 20 in there. You fill out your information, you click on how many tickets you want, you click continue, and you've purchased. So good luck everyone. I can't wait to see the winner of this beautiful brand new 2024 torch red Z06 with the Z07 package and the black interior. What a beautiful car. So first off, this is the very first EV video that I've pretty much ever done. And as you can see, I am walking through a literal sea of Teslas. And I'm not exactly sure why they're all here. This, like I said, is a retail parking space or parking lot. Chair King, backyard store, there's floor decor. So a true retail space with all of these Teslas taking up parking spaces. Maybe we'll be able to get to the bottom of this at the end of this video, but for now, let's move on to all of the things that we're going to discuss in today's video and reveal to you that Tesla is raking in billions of dollars every year from manufacturers failing to produce fully electric vehicles. Now, is Tesla failing as a company? Well, all you gotta do is get on Google, do a search, and you'll find out very quickly that they are not failing. They are quite the opposite. Because they established themselves as a full EV company many, many years ago, they're not gonna fail, in my opinion. They've done a fantastic job of flooding the market full of probably the highest quality EVs out there. So as you can see here, there's a lot of EVs in this parking lot. They're all Teslas, and I guarantee you they're here as a holding lot. That's my opinion. Now, is the EV market failing as a whole? One could say yes, it is. As far as every other manufacturer out there trying to produce EVs, they're pretty much failing. Tesla is really the one that leads the EV market. And you've got other companies like Lucid and Rivian out there trying to produce these fully electric vehicles, and they are, but they're not successful like Tesla. So, in my opinion, and if you, again, do some research, you will find out very quickly that the rest of the EV market is failing. In fact, if you do some digging in China, China has literal graveyards full of EVs. And it's kind of an interesting story. I won't get into it big time, but basically, China's government is paying companies to produce a bunch of EVs, but these companies aren't selling the EVs. So they're ending up in these giant areas that they call EV graveyards. So next question is, what are companies like Dodge, Chevy, Ford, Volkswagen, Toyota, GM, Chevy, what are companies like these doing about their EV programs right now? Well, if you take a look at 6 to 8 months ago, they were all in. They were fully invested in doing full EV cars. By 2030, it was going to be like every single car they built was fully EVs, except for one of those manufacturers, and that was Toyota. Toyota decided that they were not all in on full EVs and that they were going to stick with something that they actually have already in their lineup, and they have a lot of these in their lineup, and that is hybrids. And so manufacturers like GM and Volkswagen and Dodge and Ford have all backpedaled on the full EV program because they see that it's not the way of the future. So they've totally backpedaled on it, and they've decided to go a completely different way than EV and follow Toyota's lead and put out a lot more hybrids than fully electric cars. So I'm sure that these manufacturers will still have fully electric cars, but I am more sure that they will produce way more hybrids than anything else coming in the future. Now you're gonna wanna know how Tesla is raking in billions and getting rich off of these other manufacturers who are failing at producing EVs. This is how. The government is actually giving out credits to Tesla because Tesla is building hundreds of thousands of EVs every single year. And so the government issues all of these vouchers and credits to Tesla. And what Tesla does is they turn around and they sell these vouchers and credits. Now you ask, what are these vouchers? What are these credits? They are emissions credits. And because Tesla has such low emissions with their EVs, they're getting a bunch of these credits, and all of these other companies like GM, Volkswagen, Ford, Dodge, they need to hit these low emissions themselves. And what they're able to do is they're able to buy these credits from Tesla because Tesla has an overabundance of them. They're able to buy them from them and use them to lower their emission score. Pretty crazy, isn't it? So what do you guys think? Do you think that GM's hybrid approach and all these other companies, you know, like Volkswagen, Mazda, Toyota, Honda. Actually, I don't know about Honda. Honda might still be all in on EVs. Ford, Dodge, they're all backing up big time and backpedaling on the EVs. So do you think that their new approach to coming out with hybrids instead is basically the last foot in the grave for their EV program? I really do believe that is what's happening. Like I said, Toyota decided to do this a long time ago, and they were very smart to stick with the hybrids and just build more of those, because to me, that is a no-brainer. You know, you're going from 20 miles to a gallon to almost 40 miles to the gallon just by making that car a hybrid. And then of course, their famous Prius is 60 to 65 miles per gallon. That is incredible. And it's saving people a lot of money on gas. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a Tesla graveyard? Or do you think this is just what I talked about in the beginning? It's a overflow lot storing brand new Teslas that are obviously going to be bought soon by someone, a customer, and then Tesla rep, which is, there's actually one right over there looking at one of the Teslas right now. I might actually go talk to him and ask him what exactly this is, but do you think that this is just that, where somebody's gonna buy a Tesla, the Tesla rep will come out here, pick it up for them, bring it to them, and they have their brand new Tesla?
A few moments later.
All right, so that was pretty cool, but at the same time, that Tesla rep was not able to give me much information. But he did answer one question that I really wanted answered, and that was, are these new Teslas that are gonna be matched up eventually with a customer? And the answer was yes. So there's our answer. Now, do I have anything against fully electric cars? No, I don't. I would drive one if somebody gave me one. I'm not really planning on going out and buying one, but I have something against the government trying to force auto manufacturers to go to fully electric cars, especially when I believe it's just a big scam. Now, you may not agree with me, and that's okay, but I believe that you should be able to get whatever you want. You should be able to buy a gas engine car, a hybrid car, or a fully electric car. But when they start trying to force manufacturers and incentivizing manufacturers with, millions and millions of dollars to try and force them to go, or try and incentivize them to go fully electric, that's where I have a problem. So it kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth when I think about fully electric cars. So no, I guess the quick answer is I don't really have a problem with the car itself. I mean, people have figured out that it's a scam, just like what I said. They figured out that the grid can't handle it. They figured out that it's not truly going green. There's so many things about it. The batteries, how they're, disposed of, how much fossil fuels they have to use to make the batteries, not to mention the crimes against humanity just getting the cobalt for the batteries. So over in, foreign countries. And people want their gas engines. They really do. They don't want to get stuck out in cold weather like we've seen a lot, especially this year in like Chicago and other places, Colorado, where these things just won't start. They won't go when it's super cold outside. And I know that gas engines sometimes have issues as well, but for the most part, if you have a newer gas engine car and it's 30 below zero, you're probably gonna be able to get in your garage, start that thing up, and go out and do whatever you need to do. And on top of that, you've got these trucks that can't go long distances when they're trying to tow something. I mean, these EV trucks have a towing capacity of whatever, but then you max that towing capacity out or just put something behind it, and all of a sudden you're able to go about 100 to 150 miles and that's it. So the distance that you can use these EV trucks is not good unless you have nothing in them. And then just traveling overall with EVs is a problem. You know how I talked about the grid? Well, traveling with an EV on a long distance is going to be quite challenging. You have to, instead of pulling over and finding a gas station, which sometimes is not the easiest thing to do if you're in the middle of nowhere, finding a gas station or somewhere that has an electrical charging outlet for your car, good luck with that. So you really have to map things out and plan things perfectly to be able to take long trips with these EV cars. So what is my conclusion about the 2024 EV car market is crashing? Well, I think it is. I think you've got a couple of companies out there, obviously Tesla's one of them, that will not crash. But all the rest of them are crashing hard and they're not gonna recover in my opinion. So that's really gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video, this new type of video that I did for you today. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this in the future. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.